When I woke the following morning, Susato-san was already gone. Outside the window, the rain came down in sheets. And so began an even longer day than the last, one that I will remember for the rest of my days. 9:32 a.m. The Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber. How's it going? Good morning, Gina. I'm determined to prove your innocence today. I'm sure we can do it. So where's your friend then? Sorry? You know, her in the fancy dress. Susato, or whatever you say, I don't know. Oh, Miss Susato had to leave early this morning. She was already gone by the time I woke up. You alright with that, are ya? Forget about me if you like. Go and see her off. It's fine. It's not as though Miss Susato and I won't meet again one day. Even so, even you. No, but you, Gina. You only get one chance. This trial today is all we have. Good morning to you. Who is this? Oh, you. You have brought the cat. How are you feeling today, Ginny? Did you manage to sleep? No. Iris, what are you doing here? What do you mean? What a friend in need. We need to show our support. Isn't that right, Waggy? Meow. Oh, Waggy! Great way to show your support, kitty. Hate that kitty. Hate that kitty. I don't mind that kitty, actually. Let him have a nose around. What arm can I do? What arm can it do? Oh, that reminds me. I want a piece of paper on the way here. It's evidence. Put it in. Now, would you like the good news or the bad news? What do you say, Bruno? Ginny? Well, I think I'd rather get the bad news out of the way first. Nah, always take the good news first. You might not live to hear the bad. Whoa, okay. Wow. Yes, that question always gives up people's personalities. Let's not go there. Alright then, I'll give you the bad news first. A record amount of rain has fallen this morning, and carriages all over the capital are struggling to move. Susato gets to stay, right? Huh? The bad news was a weather report? So I hope that Susie made her train to Dover and that the train isn't delayed on its way to the port. I just heard a massive gust of wind. I forgot that I'm streaming this on a really windy day. So if the stream dies, it's either because OBS sucks or my power went out. So, just know that. Ah, gosh, yes. Alright then, so what's the good news? OBS doesn't suck. Well, I mean, for me it does sometimes. It's always my fault. Thanks, man. Well, the rain in the forecast is to subside this afternoon. So even if the train... Is that a fly? What the fly? What is this? What the... What? It's a fly. Is it? Is it a fly? Hang on. Gotta kill a fly. I think. I don't even know what that was. It was something just flew by me. What was that? What was that? Oh wait, was it? It might have been a reflection from. I'm scared of a tiny fly. Well, I mean, if there's a tiny fly around your head, you're like, oh, don't enter my nose or my mouth. You know? I mean, I don't even know what it was. It might have been a piece of fluff. I don't know. But I'm not afraid of flies. It's just the idea of them being annoying and biting me, so maybe. Okay. Even if train's delayed, I should be able to make up the time later. Well, that is good news, isn't it? I couldn't give a monkey's, really. If only all good news canceled out the bad. And look, this trial has made the headlines too. Pawnbreaker perishes in pick and plunder. Did our dude made that, didn't he? He did. I bet he did. I forget his name, but he did. How'd you like that? Well, let him off. Let him what they say. I'll see if I care. I can't because you're covering your face. Don't worry, Bruno will show everyone in this headline, that this headline is nonsense. I will. And then in tomorrow's papers, the headlines will be... Discharged diver is dauntless do-gooder. Isn't that right, Bruno? Oh, yeah. Let's hope so. Of course they will. I have absolute faith in you. How was that? I was trying to sound like Susie. Did it work? Did it? It's like she was still here. Today's paper has been entered into the court record. Okay. Interesting. See what we can do with that. I feel kind of congested today. I don't really know what it is. It's weird. Good luck then, Bruno. I'll do what I can. Huh? Obviously, I don't know the law like Susie does, but still. I've got a gun. I'll be by your side the whole time, give you more support and encouragement. I'm not sure that big thing's as comforting as you think it is, to be honest. But, thank you, Iris. That's very kind of you. Oh, yeah, Iris. Yes, Jenny? Well, I was wondering, is all, about Sholmes. Did they fix him up all right?
Yes. The operation was a great success. But Hurley still hasn't come around yet.
He's been knocked out. How much did they give him? They gave him so much anesthetic or whatever they gave him. I don't even know. Oh my god. Herlock Sholmes should be in this trial. He better show up. This is the last trial. If he doesn't show up, I'm going to be upset. I've asked a friend of mine at Scotland Yard to send a telegram as soon as he wakes up. I'm sure Gregson will let us know the moment there's news. But just for Iris. I was going to say Isaac. I don't know why. Alright. No, Sasato-san, and no, Mr. Sholmes. It's all down to me today, to prove that Gina is innocent of this crime.
Miss Gina Lestrade, counsel for the defense, the trial is about to begin. Please make your way into the courtroom.
It's time, then. Yep, let's go, Gina. Iris. Lead the way, Bruno. Bruno Mars. Let's do it. Poor Gina. She's trying to put on a brave face, but I can tell she's worried and scared. I have to believe in her from start to finish. That's the weapon that will secure our victory here. If I learned anything from my great friend, it's that... Oh wait. It's that, not... it's that. Oh yeah, he is dead. Yeah, thanks for reminding me, Matt. I mean, I miss him. Oh, Reaper's back. How you going, man? How you going, man?
The name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. This trial shall determine the guilt or innocence of Miss Gina Lestrade. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed.
The prosecution is ready.
The defense is ready.
Lord Van Zinks.
My lord.
Remind me, how many years ago was it that you withdrew from the public prosecution service?
It was some 5 years ago, my lord.
Yes, and 2 months ago you resurfaced somewhat unexpectedly. Are you here, and here you are again today? Are there some circumstances of which the court should be aware that have led to this erratic behavior?
The young Japanese man.
In what one might describe as your former life 5 years past, you dealt exclusively in matters concerned with the highest echelons of society and government.
Really? Wait, what did you just say? I just completely zoned out. I completely zoned out. Hang on, give me a minute. Wait, no, wrong button. Sorry, all the buttons are messed up. Okay. You dealt exclusively in the matters concerned with the highest echelons of society and government. Tell me about it.
Yet today you choose to try a simple case of burglary and murder. I confess I find it no more than a little befuddling, counsel.
There's no way they introduced your friend and kill him off? I was just about to say something, but that's spoilers for another game, and I can't, I'm not going to say that.
There are two types of person I cannot abide. Firstly, those wealthy scoundrels who hid behind a mask of philanthropy to cheat the public at large.
You're gonna bet he's alive? No, he's dead. I bet he's dead. Because why would they... Unless he's like, just kidding, I wanted you to be a lawyer this whole time. But no, I think he's dead. He means Mr. McGilded, who you defended against the Reaper 2 months ago. Yep, I just about managed to work that out, thank you. Magnus McGilded. If I'd known what a monster he was, I never would have defended him.
And secondly, even more loathsome, those willy scoundrels who masquerade as allies only to effect total betrayal in the final hour. In those words, the confidence tricksters on those tiny islands in the Far East, the Nipponese.
Oh, what, did he really just say that? He means you now, Bruno. I actually managed to work that out too, thank you, Ares. Total betrayal? What are you talking about? That torrid look of hatred in Lord Van Zeek's eyes. Was that directed solely at me, or was he talking about all Japanese people, you racist?
An alarmingly scathing explanation, Lord Van Zeeks. Still, the judiciary welcomes the return of the so-called Reaper of the Bailey, feared by our London's malefactors.
Is that a bet? Nope, it's not a bet. Nope, I'm not a betting man, except when I am.
Your lordship is too kind. Now, jurors, the 6 of you have been selected at random to represent the will of the people in this trial.
Okay. Here's what's gonna happen right now. The juror, one of the jurors, no, 2 of the jurors, one's gonna be that one guy with the gems, and the other guy is gonna be the dude that was next to him. I guarantee it. Or at least one of them's gonna show up. Guaranteed. 100% guaranteed. I was wrong. Wait a minute. Hang on. Wait a minute. Isn't that...
Are you ready to hear the evidence placed before you and determine the guilt or innocence of the defendant?
So we've got Mr. Man, who's abused by his wife. He's been healed. We've got the maid again. We've got, like, Timmy the guy. We've got old man doctor, and we've got her again, but I don't think she has a typewriter this time. And we've got that one murderer from, like, the 2nd chapter. Okay.
Former lieutenant of the British Army here, don't you know? Chaps like me were born ready.
Clean cookery, clean cutlery, and clean conscience. His lordship's motto is very appropriate here, I think. Everything will be stereoscopic in the future. Absolutely everything, and I'm ready for it. I don't understand it. I can't have left it there. It's impossible. What could I have? That's disgusting.
Women indispensable in society. Stop. Female-centric future awaits. Stop.
Okay, so yeah, she has a Morse code now. He's a murderer.
Good day. I am wishing London for sightseeing. I would like to take bus to Crystal Tower, please.
Is something wrong, Bruno? Not exactly. It's just... I'm fairly sure I recognize these jurors. Almost all of them, in fact. Really funny coincidences like that do happen from time to time, don't they? But it is quite strange. The jurors are chosen at random from London's 6 million inhabitants, you know? So I've been led to believe. But something tells me I'm being duped. This whole thing is rigged. There's nothing about this that's fair.
Very well. Now, Lord Van Zeeks, the court calls upon the prosecution to introduce the facts of the case. As you wish, my lord.
Sorry, I'm drinking water. I do need to drink more water. I don't drink enough in the day. Also, my voice is a little messed up, so I want to fix that.
As you wish, my lord. Allow me to begin with a word of warning to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury. In short, there has never been a more self-evident case of cold-blooded murder. The victim, Mr. Pop Windibank, proprietor... Wait, Pop Windibank. Is that a pun? It has to be. Proprietor of a pawn shop on Baker Street, was shot from behind and died instantly. The prosecution presents this photographic print of the crime scene.
Why is he reading this on a scroll?
As the court will observe, there is a single bullet wound just below the gentleman's left shoulder. Evidence suggests that the bullet pierced the man's heart, resulting in near-instant death. Moving on to the findings of Scotland Yard's coroner. His report states that the bullet entered the body on a rising diagonal trajectory.
And what's that supposed to tell us?
It means the victim was likely shot by someone significantly shorter in height than himself. Someone like the accused, you might say.
Oh.
The prosecution wishes to present the autopsy report and the crime scene photograph as evidence, my lord. Indeed, the court accepts. Hand them to the bailiff, please.
Okay. So we've got that single bullet wound from the back. No other signs of trauma. Crime scene photograph has been entered into the court record. Okay.
Now I ask the court to turn its attention to this plan of the establishment where the incident occurred.
Yep.
The proprietor was found in the storeroom where he kept articles pawned to him. A windowless room with a single point of entry, a door to the main shop that was found locked. In the sealed chamber, there were only 2 persons present. And the victim, Mr. Winterbank, and the accused. It may further interest the court to know that when the accused was discovered at the scene, she had in her hand the gun used to fire the fatal bullet. Well, that's that then, isn't it? Nothing more to say. It's just a grubby little girl, a pickpocket anyway. She's one of those filthy drams that lives in the slums of East England.
Oh well, it was only a matter of time before she got blood in her hands then. What are the jurors waiting for? The girl's guilty as hell.
We can't jump to conclusions here. We mustn't assume her guilt because of what she has to do to survive.
Number 1.
Is he gonna smash it? He better. If he smashes it, I'm gonna end the stream.
My learned Nipponese friend.
Oh, he called us a friend. Oh.
It is you who mustn't jump to conclusions. The prosecution has barely begun presenting its case.
Yeah, I know.
Conveniently, this appalling act of murder did not go unobserved. There were witnesses. Good gracious! After their testimony, this girl's true nature will be exposed. Pitiful pickpocket. Or cold-hearted killer. Here's to establishing the truth. The court will take the floor plan and the firearm into evidence. Hand them to the bailiff, please, Lord Van Zeeks.
I think we have a lot more evidence than we ever had at the beginning.
At once, my lord.
Crime scene floor plan has been entered into the court record. My favorite is in the first Ace Attorney where you're on the 5th case and you have like... There's just like... You have 3 different pages of evidence. I love that. I love that. Single discharge. This isn't good.
I feel like the mood in here has turned very gloomy all of a sudden, Runo.
I think that's because it has.
Oh, snap. Let us begin! Bring forth the witnesses to the foul murder of Mr. Pop Winterbank from the 16th of April of this year.
Let's do it. Are you... What? Witnesses, state your names and occupations of the court.
My God.
My name's Nash Skulkin. Occupation is, baddie. Professional baddie.
My name's Ringo Shulkin. Occupation's, same as him.
Tobias Gregson, Scotland Yard Inspector.
That's right, we're what they call the 3 Sulkin Brothers.
Are you part of...
What you looking at me for like that? Don't let me with you lot.
Yeah, cold blimey, that's cold. Don't you know what we're going through? It's our older prob. Lost contact with him we have, so we're scouring every shady corner of the capital.
And then last night we came across you, the very spite of bloke. Ain't that right, Ringo?
Yes, Nash, yes, he's the very spirit of him.
So we decided what we was gonna do. We was gonna call you Big Bruv Sulky. Come on, leave it out, you two.
Sulky Skulkin? And that's before he's run out of chips. Huh? What does that mean? What? Sulky Skulkin. Oh, okay, I get it. He's okay. So Gregson is Skulky. Well then, Inspector Skulky Gregson.
Begging your pardon, my lord, but the name's Tobias.
What I would like to know, Inspector, is what you were doing here at the witness stand. The Skulkin brothers are currently under arrest, my lord, on suspicion of theft.
Thieves, are they? These three? No, my lord. Begging your pardon, but please don't lump me in with this lot.
2 nights ago, these 2 brothers illegally entered an establishment with intent to burgle, and in the course of their nefarious activities, they became embroiled in a far more sinister crime.
By Jove, you mean to say, what an extraordinary coincidence.
Indeed, my lord. While attempting to burglarize the pawnbrokery, they witnessed its proprietor's murder.
He's so short.
Order! Order! The various trespasses of these brothers is not the subject of today's proceeding, though they will naturally face trial in the very near future. With your lordship's permission, I'd like to remain on the stand to keep these gents on the straight and narrow.
Alright.
Of course, Inspector. Skeptical as I am about the caliber of these witnesses, I permit them to take the stand. Mr. and Mrs. Skulkin, you will now testify before the court. Describe the events of the night in question and what exactly you saw.
I do. 'Cause a skulker's never skulking.
Get out of it!
Love him. Alright. It's like, oh my god, it's Mario and Luigi. Should I give him an Italian accent? Or should I...
We was talking down the broker street with the small hours, and the guy's door was ajar. See, Mario?
It was like a kind of sign, begging for us to go in, it was.
But the ones that we got inside, the God blimey, we got the gunshot from the back room.
Oh, we went to see what was what, but the door was locked from the inside.
We never done nothing, Governor.
No, I'm just gonna go back to...
We never done nothing, Governor. We never took nothing. We just left it after that, nice and quiet. A terrible coincidence, it would seem. And the precise moment these miscreants entered the property, an even more sinister crime was afoot. And the witness's testimony is consistent with the crime scene in every detail. The door providing access to the storeroom for the main shop was indeed locked from the inside, and within, only the victim and the accused were found. I must say, it does appear to be an overwhelmingly simple case. Still, the defense may cross-examine the witnesses now, of course. Counsel, if you please. Counsel?
Yes. What's the matter, Bruno? Sorry, I was just stunned into silence for a minute by the blatant lies being told by the pair in the stand. I know that it's all nonsense because I saw it with my own eyes. I'll just have to expose their testimony for the pack of lies it is. Alright, let's do this. Illegal entry. Let's prove you wrong. Walking down Baker Street in the small hours and the guy's door was ajar. That's true. Can't deny that. It's like some kind of sign begging for us to go in, it was. Once we got inside, we heard a gunshot from the back room. I went to see what was what, but the door was locked from the inside. What? Wait, door was locked from the inside? Oh, it was. Yeah, that's right. Never took anything. Alright, time to press a million times over.
Hold it!
Let's go. The front door of Windibanks was ajar, you say? What time of night was this?
Well, it must have been about
1, right, Ringo? Yeah, I say so, right? Skulky? Or Sulky?
How would I know? The place would have been shut out once in the morning, just like every other shop in town. Well, it was pitch black inside, it's true. Ain't that right, Ringo?
I'm not so sure on that. I seem to remember a little light burning inside. What about you, Skulky? Oh, me old mucker.
Leave me alone.
There definitely was a small burning lamp inside. That's what alerted us to the situation in the first place.
And when these gentlemen ventured into the open establishment, they accused Miss Gina Lestrade had already had the muzzle of a gun tainted on an unfortunate victim.
That's pure conjecture!
Perhaps, but it changes nothing. These brothers inadvertently wandered into the middle of a cold-blooded murder, simply because they found the door of the victim's establishment open and ventured inside.
Yeah, right, that's what happened.
I'm gonna suck at this one. I'm gonna say it right now, I'm gonna suck at this one. This one's gonna be bad for me. I sucked at all of them. I can't believe every single time I say something, you're like, no, objection. You're bad at all of them. Look at that hole. God, that's so weird. Silver got it correct. Gold. You're not correcting me. You're being mean to me. Okay. Gold is just the worst metal. I mean, it's kind of heavy. That's cool. You can use it as a paperweight. But I mean, hey, like, people eat gold. I don't know why people eat gold, by the way. That's so weird to me. Like, why would you eat gold? That's disgusting. Imagine the last bit of gold leaving. Like, we run out of gold on this earth because someone ate it on top of their steak that one time. Like, some rich dude was like, hey, I'm gonna have a gold-plated steak, and they just ate it, and then that was the last of gold. Can you imagine? Just kidding. I'll be the last of gold. Alright, hold it. What are you trying to suggest? That you had to go in?
Well, God moves in mysterious ways, don't they say? Don't they, Ringo?
Yeah, they do, Nash, they do. Must have been some sort of providence, I reckon.
God's will often presents itself as a whim of thieves, does it? It weren't no whim, I'm dead sure of that.
It weren't that, Nash, it wasn't. Just like at that time.
Nah, you don't find doors open in the middle of the night like that. Nah, there's no two ways about it.
It was a sign that a long-lost brother was inside.
They're not very good liars, are they?
Well, you can't deny it. He let us into the bloke that looks just like a bruv.
I said cut it out. Those chips are getting a chomping today.
But once we got inside, cold blimey limey, we heard a gunshot from the back room.
A gunshot, you say? Just the one? Are you sure about that?
Yep, just the one, governor. I can swear to that. It was Nash. It was. We ain't that white dwarf.
The firearm used belonged to the victim himself.
Yes, Mr. Winderbank always used to leave his gun lying around at the counter. Right, I remember.
When we examined it, we found the revolver was completely out of the rounds.
Makes sense. Mr. Winderbank always used to say he only ever kept a single bullet loaded. That's true, but I remember him saying that as well.
So we can say with a considerable certainty that only a single round was discharged from the firearm used as the murder weapon. Yes, my lord, we can. And I should remind the court that the firearm in question was discovered in the hand of the accused.
But someone did shoot Sholmes, so what's up with that? Wonderful. So I think doors locked from the inside. I think I need to disprove them by saying that there was like the one gunshot thing. We heard a gunshot from the back room, but I keep pressing the wrong buttons all the time. Let me see my court record really quick. Iris, give me a second here. One gunshot. I want to see it. I want to see the gunshot. Still don't know who owns that blood. We can't really prove anything, can we? With the multiple gunshots. Oh wait, no, we can. Oh yeah, we can use it. We can use this, can't we? We can use that, right? We should be able to use that. If it doesn't let me, I'm calling. Like I'm just like, this is not fair. Okay, I'm just gonna say that. I'm not gonna do it yet. But like, if that doesn't work, I'm gonna be really upset because that is the evidence. It's not directly the evidence, however. Look, a gunshot from the back room. Like that's not right because this.
Objection.
What? Are you kidding me? Are you serious? There's a gun. Okay, no, this is stupid. That's so stupid. Are you kidding me? That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Are you serious? Okay, so the first thing I do in this case is get something wrong, but I'm right! It's a kid's game. It's not a kid's game. It's rated T. There's people getting shot everywhere. There's blood everywhere. There's people swearing off the hinges. Or not really, but... Okay, that's so stupid. That is so stupid, though. Like... Look, if I'm 12, you're still a kid. No, T. It's T. 12 is not a kid. 13 is a teen. That's a teen. It's a stupid. No, this is stupid. Because a gunshot. You heard a gunshot. Okay, I don't doubt that you heard a gunshot, but did you hear two? Because there was two. And you should mention the second gunshot, shouldn't you? Where did this bullet come from? I'm angry. Okay, I'm making sense about it in my head and why that didn't work, and I'm not gonna say it because then I'll look like an idiot, and I'm not gonna say it.
Hold it!
Door's locked from the inside. Yeah, tell me about your stupid lock. What do you mean? The door between the main shop and the storeroom? I look like an idiot. You can't see me. My camera's not on. My lone friend is having a difficulty grasping the situation. Perhaps a drawing would help. It's stupid. Whenever Gregson is here, we never have to disprove anything with Gregson, because Gregson sucks. I hate Gregson. He's my least favorite character in this whole game. Excluding the shop's entrance from the street, there is only one other door, that to the storeroom.
Of course, there was only a little oil lamp burning, not much to see by. And the door was hidden behind the curtain and all.
That's right. Gregson is chill. Gregson sucks. He won't even play along with the game. Screw him. When we arrived, the door was mostly obscured by the curtain. God, I'm mad. Tell me, why exactly did you try and open that door?
Eh?
Any normal petty thief would run at the sound of a gunshot, I should think.
Oh, well, you turn over to Rabbit, Ringo. Well, Nash, yeah. I suppose you'd have to say we ain't normal, huh?
Broadly speaking, humans respond in one of two ways on hearing a gunshot or a scream: the flight-or-flight response, timid flee, gripped by fear, while the courageous investigate to see if it might help. See to help, yes. The gentleman of the latter inclination, my learned Nippany's friend would see, is of the former.
Alright, somehow I just proved that I was a coward that night.
Thank you, counsels. So, I believe we all understand that the door was locked and could not be opened. Proceed, witnesses.
I'm so salty that didn't work. I'm so salty. God, I'm so salty. I'm so incredibly salty right now. I don't even know why. Oh. You didn't hear or take, or you didn't take or do, you didn't do anything. Watch Detective Conan. No! Is that your story? Just belled him soon as, weren't it?
It was, Nash, it was. I didn't even have time to pull my ducks out my lousy lockets.
So with no time to take your hands out of your pockets, you just left nice and quietly, you say?
That's right, Governor. Nothing we ain't more than violence. Peace-loving nibblers we are, not burglars.
Don't hold a gun at me in the chat.
Yeah, we are, Nash. We never pull the dukes out of me loosey lockets.
So, you'd clearly like us to believe.
Come again.
As you fled from the pawnbrokers that night, did you not run into anyone else? And did you not fire a gun at that person?
It's alive, they fired a gun, you say? Blimey, Governor.
You ain't telling us. It was you in that doorway.
It was.
Why the bleeding Nora? Didn't you mention that before?
You were armed with a gun. As you fled the scene, you fired that gun at London's greatest detective, Herlock Sholmes. They shot at Mick Griss with Sholmes?
Did I hear that actually? There was a rumor he'd been rushed to the hospital.
The great Sholmes doesn't bear on pound.
On that night in question, this pair were arrested by the police within minutes of the discovery at the crime scene. The suspicions counterance rapidly gave them away. And when searched, a firearm was indeed found in their possession. Furthermore, the barrel shows signs of a gunshot being fired. Signs of a shot having been fired from it. The prosecution invites his lordship to examine the firearm recovered from these brothers. Yes, indeed. Remnants of powder around the muzzle, as you say, counsel. The court will hold this weapon as evidence. Skulkin Brothers' gun has been entered into the court record. Okay. I still think it's stupid. Because you proved my... That was like my... If that is the bullet... Like, that's probably the bullet, right? The bullet that was shot. So it's stupid because I presented the right evidence, but it didn't do anything because there was a different way to get to that conclusion. Okay. I'm holding this. I'm gonna hold this, okay? I am holding this. If we find out that this blood is Herlock Sholmes, this belongs to Herlock Sholmes, and that bullet was fired from their gun, I am going to flip my table over, and I'm not even gonna hold back. I'm just gonna flip it. You're gonna hear a bunch of clanging and crashing, and then, you know what you're gonna hear then? You're gonna hear nothing because the stream's gonna end because I'm gonna end up hitting my PC over, and it's gonna break. And if that happens, then my PlayStation breaks, my monitors break, lamp breaks, the camera that I use sometimes breaks, and my phone will probably be caught up in the rubble as well. Now I learned Nipponey's friend. Yep. Here's you successfully presenting the evidence. Oh my god. For yes, there are telltale signs of spent powder in this gun and a single bullet missing from the cylinder. By the prosecution demands evidence that it was fired at the scene of the crime. Objection! God, I don't need evidence because I was there. Objection. That's not the point. The rest of us in this courtroom were not. You idiot. The defense fails to provide the evidence in support of its rash claim. We shall have no choice but to toast your incompetence and move on. The evidence that these two fired that gun before they left Windibanks that night. God, I am so mad. The court demands that all claims are affirmed with clear proof. What evidence shows these witnesses unloaded a firearm in the pawnbrokery that night? Oh my god. The evidence is in... Oh my god. I am so salty over that one thing. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? The evidence is in this portfolio. What on earth do you have there, counsel? During the course of our investigation, we discovered a number of bloodstains. Idiot, not trusting the police to do the job they're trained to do? How arrogantly Nipponese. This guy's actually racist. Well, anyway, you're not even gonna call him out? All you gotta do is point at him and say, objection, you're racist, and you will win every single case. Actually, I don't think, no, because they did, back in the day, they don't care about racism. Racism is a big problem back then, so no one cares. Everyone thinks the same way as Zeke says. We analyzed the blood samples we found in the recorded results in this portfolio. Objection, I hate silver. That too, yeah. Because you keep making fun of me. You make fun of me. You said I had you said, no, listen here. You said, and I quote, "You are holding that L indeed." No, I'm not. I was right. You laughed at me when I presented that evidence. You laughed at me, but I was right. You claim to have the evidence this court is demanding therein. Yeah, my lord. Show it to me. Fine. Okay. No more doubting then, counsel. Present the permanent evidence at once. What do you have in your portfolio that proves these witnesses unloaded a firearm at the scene? Take that! I'm gonna punch a wall.
What does that explain?
It's a photographic print taken at Windibank's pawnbroker in the day of the incident.
From the scene of the crime, is it? Is that a bullet hole? And if my eyes do not deceive me, it appears the bullet is still lodged in there.
Yeah, as your lordship noticed, the bullet pierced Mr. Windibank's calendar. The date shown being the 16th of April, the very day of the pawnbroker's death.
The incident occurred at the 1 hour after midnight, but this indicates a separate shot has been...
No, No, I lost a point for that. I lost a point for that. I lost a point for that. I'm not gonna forget about that. No, because I kind of just got... I was like, okay, whatever. I was wrong, but I lost a point for that. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. I'm so mad at this visual novel. I'm so angry. You have no idea.
This indicates a separate shot had been fired sometime after the calendar had been set to the 16th.
That's right. And while it isn't irrefutable, the defense believes... Why do I get mad at those games? I don't know. I'm mad because I presented the evidence and it should have worked. That's like... No, you know what that is? That's exactly like... It's like when you're doing a math test. You're doing a math test, right? And... God, I'm staying on this topic for so long. It's like you're doing a math test and you get the right answer and you do it in your own way that you find, like, you find a way to do it, so you do it that way, and then you get marks taken away from you and you get the question wrong because you didn't do it the way that it was taught in class. That's exactly what that was just then. Yeah, see, you can't dispute that one. That's true. I'm staying on this topic. You gotta do it the way it's taught. Except, yeah, but that's so stupid though. Why would they do that? It's like, you get the right answer. It's like, no, but I wanted to see how you got there. What do you care? I still got the right answer and I did it my own way. It's an easier way than what you're teaching. This is what this is. This is what this court is. The judicial system is messed up. That's the whole point. That's the point of the game. It's showing that the judicial system is so messed up. I can't prove I learned it. What do you mean I can't prove? If I get... Okay, if I do a question on a math test and the answer is 22.78 x squared, right? Or something like that, right? Like, that's the answer. And I get that. And I get it. I do it as a different way. But I still get the same answer. Like, I know it. I know it. I know what I'm doing if I get the exact same answer, right? God, I hate the school system. I hate the I hate the European judicial system in 1700. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna talk about it anymore. From now on, I'm not gonna talk about it because I'm so mad. I've just wasted so much time. From now on, 100% focus on the game. Okay, here we go. There's credible evidence that the witness did fire... I cannot stop thinking about it. I don't know why it's making me so angry. There's credible evidence that the witness did fire a round from the gun proved the pawnbrokers that night.
Yeah!
So they're Wario and Waluigi then.
Order! How does this prosecution stand, Lord Van Zeeks?
He drank that through his lower lip.
If that is the direction my learned friend wishes to take, the prosecution has no objection.
What? Number 1.
But you'll forgive me for flinging my hallowed chalice alongside the disgust that the repugnancy it exposes. Yes, on the night in question, these brothers entered the pawnbrokery illegally. And like the bold baddies they claim to be, opened fire on the new arrivals before fleeing back into the street.
Take it easy there, Governor. You gotta land us the soup.
Land us in the soup.
We had a deal. You weren't gonna get into them details. Tell him, Sulky. Tell the bloke straight.
I have nothing to add.
So he knew, did he? Van Zeeks knew their testimony was almost certainly exposed the extent of their crimes.
It would seem now that I owe my learned Nipponese friend a word of gratitude.
What do you mean?
What I mean is that you have helpfully confirmed an important fact. To what do you refer, Lord Van Zieks? As has been established, the point of their arrest, a single shot had been fired from the brother's gun. However, if that shot has found its target of Mr. Sholmes, then clearly these witnesses cannot be accused of the fatal shooting of the proprietor and the victim. Huh? In other words, these two men have no material connection of the murder to Mr. Winterbeck at all.
Yeah, what? I don't know. I'm just trying to find truth, okay? So that's it? That's it. We didn't have nothing to do with it.
Nah, we didn't. That's what I reckon.
Your crimes include unlawful entry, intent to steal, perjury, and let us not forget, attempted murder. Quite a catalogue, eh, fellas?
Oh, enough for now, bruv.
Now then, let us take a moment to consider the aforementioned great detective, Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
Hang on, I managed to, like, mess up my controller. Okay, it's fixed now. It got stuck under my chair. Or the cord did.
It would seem the man patronized the pawnbrokers in question somewhat regularly.
Where's he going with this?
And Mr. Sholmes appeared to take pleasure in tinkering with eccentric machinery.
Eccentric says who? Not me. Don't give me that look.
He installed a pair of machines like this one in the victim's shop.
Oh, that's one of Hurley's red-handed recorders.
What is that, counsel? It has the appearance of a photographic contraption. As your lordship has surmised, it is indeed a camera attached to a small timing device.
Every half an hour, it automatically photographs the interior of the establishment. The idea of that being if a thief were to break in the shop, he would be caught red-handed.
The prosecution has obtained these photographs taken by the device on the night in question.
Can you please let me see that again, because I'm stupid and I didn't notice anything different.
As the couple observed, copious identical prints are produced in quite a desultory fashion.
Cat picture, cat picture, cat picture, cat picture, cat picture.
Rather prodigal, I feel. In fact, there are two such devices in the victim's shop, my lord. If you may refer the court to the plan of the premises, their respective positions are here. And here.
Not in the back room, though.
You say these cameras produce a print every half an hour. I'm afraid I fail to see. I'm afraid I fail to see. I'm afraid I fail to see how that would help an anticipated thief conducting his activities in one of the many 30-minute intervals. One can only pray that the would-be criminal lingers, my lord. On the night in question, the witness is currently in the stand when not caught on camera.
Yeah, that's a bit of fair truck, eh, bruv? Yeah, lady loves the shulkin'.
Witnesses, at what time did your trespassing begin?
Yeah, well, it must have been just after 1, right, bruv?
Must have been, Nash, must have been. Yeah, just gone 1.
In which case, minutes before these brothers entered the establishment. What scene might we expect to see within the shop? Let us examine the evidence.
Well, shoot. That's bad. That's really bad, actually. That's actually extremely bad.
Good lord, it's the defendant, Miss Gina Lestrade.
That's really bad.
As the court can clearly see, the accused is pictured, gun in hand, facing the victim over the shop counter, no doubt coercing the proprietor to open the door to his storeroom. Quiet! Oh wait, quiet! What is wrong here? The court will take this photographic print as evidence, if you please, counsel.
We're screwed. There's a lot of evidence here. Ugh.
I don't believe it, Ginny.
In short, the accused is the only person who could have possibly have killed Mr. Winterbeck.
Ugh. That's actually the worst thing that could have happened.
I say, my lord.
You.
Wonder if we might put in a word at this point. Go ahead, Mr. Foreman.
Yawning again.
Took a bally. I thought that said I. Oh, he did take a bullet. Took a bally bullet to the knee in the battle of.
Wait, what was his voice again?
I took a bullet to the knee in the Battle of Maywand, 1800 or 1880, don't you know? Decorated for it and all that, but forced to retire from service, sadly. Of course, a medal can never outcome the exploits of chaps like us on the battlefield.
Yes, Mr. Foreman. And what exactly is your point?
Carried on the battle after retirement, you see. The battle of daily life, if you like. And here I am now leading this small squadron. 6 men, all good and true. And we'll all go down together, mark my words, one for all and all for one.
How long did it take for him to break that one?
The ladies and gentlemen of the jury have reached agreement, have they?
This is what we're to understand. Here we go again. Mr. Foreman, is that correct?
In a matter of speaking, yes. That is the Garradeb Squadron's position, sir.
What? No. Is it too soon to make a...
Status report for courtmen on the double.
The Lordship insists on promptitude at all times, and that goes for making decisions, too. I think you'll find the truth is Thursday now. I could reach out and touch it.
I wouldn't have left it in there. I just wanted. But in all honesty, I can't actually remember.
Situation clear. Stop. No more for doubt. Stop. Stop. Undeniable. Stop.
I'm very sorry for brothers. They're unlucky. Alright, well, I now call in each member of the jury to state his or her leaning in this matter. Now show considered verdicts of the court.
Guilty.
There we go again.
Guilty.
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 Guilty! Guilty!
Guilty. Guilty.
Guilty!
Yeah, I'm a voice actor. The end. It does indeed appear that the jury is unanimous in this leaning already. That photograph must be the definitive evidence that Gregson mentioned. But they didn't shoot him! No, of course not. My lord, the defense wishes to assert its right to a Sumnation Examination.
Very well, the court grants permission.
Ooh, I thought I'd go through it. So, you refuse to admit defeat again. How unsurprising.
We shall proceed immediately with the Summation Examination. Mr. Foreman, are all members of the jury ready?
Abso-ballylutely, sir. Always ready for action, my champs.
Very good. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, will you each explain on what ground you have determined the defendant to be guilty? Guilty.
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 And judicial findings. Here we go.
All the evidence clearly points to the finger of the guilt of this young pickpocketeer.
As a housemaid, I would like all this filthy eyesores properly and righteously eliminated.
I think you'll find if you look at the photograph of the stereo, the truth will just pop out.
If I have left it in there, I should think there'll be repercussions by now. Mind me up, stop. Global radio transmissions of verdict to follow, stop.
In motherland, we'd say never judge book by clothes, judge book by head. I am convinced brothers are innocent.
The circumstances of the crime and the evidence do indeed implicate the defendant rather comprehensively. The storeroom locked from the inside, in which the victim and the accused were discovered alone, and in the accused's hand the fatal revolver, the firing of which was heard by these witnesses.
Not to mention this print. Take it from a chap who's seen actions on the battlefield. That young girl's on the verge of pulling the bally trigger.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Sholmes.
Oh dear, whose cameras were supposed to help, not hinder?
I'm afraid you'll have to you have an uphill struggle against you. But you didn't shoot Mr. Winnebag. Which means there's more to this situation than we've yet to see. Agreed.
You have the floor, counsel. Proceed with the Summation Examination.
Summation Examination. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Let's do this. All the evidence clearly points the finger of guilt at this young pickpocketeer. You're Mr. Natsume's landlord, Mr. Garadeb, aren't you? We really must stop meeting like this. Oh, you're that lawyer chap. Well, now is a turn up for the books. Yes, rather a turbulent time we had back then. Some extraordinary events took place at your house, that's for sure. Luckily, Mr. Sholmes and I were able to get to the bottom of it all. I think we did rather a lot for you, didn't we? I mean, obviously, I wouldn't be suggesting that, therefore. You should change your leaning to not guilty or anything. Can't be denied, I suppose. The curse of the Garadeb house was the talk of the town after that business. Lodgers moved out and I couldn't get a Bailey soul to take up the tenancies. Oh. Haven't had the heart to break the news to Jonah yet, bad enough the old girl's clapped up. Yes, can't be denied. You did rather do a lot, but not for us, that's for dash certain. I suppose not. Of course, there can't be no suggesting that there's the reason I'm leaning towards guilty here, obviously. Obviously, but honestly, I really wish you'd pay more attention to the trial and less to juror number 2. She was just gonna take a bite out of her gavel stand. Or no, that's not even a gavel stand. That's just that's the fire launcher. Wow.
Hold it!
Yeah, tell me about you. Polishing the bench, I see. Again. Maid's work is never done. Not a blemish must remain. What exactly do you mean by filthy eyesores? On the way to mark for his lordship, I have to pass through the East End. Places full of beggars, big purses, and crossmen, the scum of the earth. A little harsh, perhaps. Maybe plain. If it were up to me, all those back slums would be made spick and spam or eradicated. At least we have people like the great detective working to achieve these important goals. You're referring to Mr. Herlock Sholmes? That's right. I'd like to keep abreast of his exploits by reading Rant's magazine in between my duties. He does wonders cleaning up London streets. In my opinion, he should be declared an honorary maid of the capital. Mr. Sholmes? A maid? It's really quite unforgivable. Gutter scum having the audacity to shoot our very greatest detective. Minor detail, it was the 2 brothers in the stand who shot Mr. Sholmes, not the defendant. Minor detail indeed, they're all gutter scum as far as I'm concerned. Well, it just might be an idea to get our facts straight anyway. Yep, alright. I shall amend my statement. Brothers are the scum of the earth. They should swing for shooting the great detective. Okay, God. I think you'll fight. Maybe I can pit you against someone else. I don't even know. Let's talk to him. No, not you. Not you. Not you. I don't care about what you're gonna say. You.
Hold it!
Please tell me you're not Verlin Borsvik, the Russian revolutionary. Revolutionary?
Da, believe there is such a rumor.
It's just a rumor?
As you see, I have unfortunate appearance. I look like vicious criminal.
Your words, not mine. I just want to point that out.
People call me revolutionary, murderer, autocrat.
And which fits.
Good day. I am visiting London for sightseeing. I would like to take bus to Crystal Tower, please.
Right, that didn't sound staged at all. You'll forgive me for having my doubts.
To be treated like vicious criminal all the time, it is very painful. People do not realize. So I have much sympathies for these brothers. People say they are criminals only because of how they look.
The Skulkin brothers?
Duh. Maybe they went inside pawnbroker shop, but they have done nothing wrong. That is all I want to say.
the Skulkin brothers did not do anything wrong that night. Alright, well, first of all, that's one not-so-little misunderstanding I'll need to clear up straight away. Tell me something, Iris. What is it, Bruno? The jurors are chosen at random from inhabitants of London town, aren't they? Yes, it's amazing, isn't it? In that case, how is it that there's a Russian tourist sitting among them who looks for all the world like a revolutionary? Wish I knew. Cool. If you can't change the minds of more than half of these 6 jurors, trial will be over. Know that Ginny would never shoot anyone? Yep, so we gotta find the contradictions in what these jurors are saying and pit them against each other. Must be ready to go with whatever length I have to convince them of Gina's innocence. Let's see what I can do.
Objection!
There we go, right? Yeah. These two statements clearly contradict each other! Good lord! Shoot. Oh man, my statement contradictionary. Juror number 6, you got the wrong end of the stick. Oh no, I got it right.
I do not have stick, I have mouse.
Juror number 2 said earlier, when the Skulkin brothers fled near the scene of the night in question, they fired a shot from their revolver. Yep, they shot poor Mr. Sholmes in the abdomen, I understand. Surely you're not gonna tell the court now that you didn't hear?
Abdomen.
Sir?
Sorry, my English is still learning.
You are telling the court you didn't hear? Well, I mean, he doesn't...
Forgive me, I did not hear.
Ugh.
Oh, here is word. Abdomen. Part of person's body containing stomach and other vital organs. Is this what you mean? You should state it in plain English. I'm Russian, not native speaker.
You thought it was a good idea to let this man be on the jury again?
So, you're telling me these brothers who look like criminals were lying? They said before we never done nothing, but truth is they shot detective. Duh. This is double negative.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Lying is wrong, especially when lies said by a person who looked like criminal.
Coming from you, that seems surprisingly prejudiced.
This means, when they said we never took nothing, maybe it was also a big fat lie. Is that true?
Well, according to the police report, no stolen goods were found, so...
Enough! I trust no one now!
It's not the mouse's fault, though, sir.
I must see with own eyes. I must investigate criminal myself.
I'm afraid that won't be possible. Yes, it is, Bruno. Easily. Sorry. With the Prince of Hurley's red-handed recorder. Oh. You compare the print that pictures Ginny and the next print from the half an hour later, you'll be able to see straight away if anything was taken or not. Queep! Mr. Prosecutor! Tut, calling on the prosecution in the middle of a Sumnation Examination of all times. 45k channel points? Wait. The print showing the accused threatening the victim after she's spoken to the shop is one thing. Or is this one? Take it. Following this, the victim and the accused moved to a storeroom. Meanwhile, the Skulkin brothers entered the shop and similarly heard fatal gunshots ring out. Sadly, none of these events were captured on film. This is the print produced by the camera half an hour later, after the brothers' fight. You scream really loud in your video? I did too. This taken after Hurley was shot then. As far as I can tell, nothing has been taken. Except a life. Oh, it does seem to be the case. Can't notice anything that's obviously missing in the second print. Or was something replaced? Maybe. So the brothers who look like criminals told only one lie. They shot man, but they stole nothing. It seems so, yes.
Good.
No, not good.
You were right. I did not understood situation. Now I know brothers have lied. I think it's very important to continue with trial.
I love him, but I hate him too. Yay! Well done, Bruno. The balance is shifting. Well, it's a start, I suppose, but there must be more in what these jurors are saying that I could use to expose the truth. And if I can do that, we just might turn the situation to our favor still.
Guilty. Thank you, Colonel. Continue with the Summation Examination. Kindly hand the new photographic print to the bailiff to be filed as evidence.
Post-shooting photograph has been entered into the court record. Another print in the court record. I wonder if we can make use of that. Yeah, we can. What did he say?
In lake of lies are many dead fish, we must find truth, therefore I sing not guilty verdict.
So we've got... Okay, we've got... So I see. I noticed two things in the difference between these two images. If we go back and forth like this, we can see that the back shifts a bit. I don't know if that has anything to do with anything, but everything in the back does shift slightly. And if you can see in the bottom right of it, there's a slight difference. In this one, look at this vase here, or no, the lamp. See that lamp? Broken. That is huge, guys. That is huge. So, yeah, I know that. Alright, let's press you. Sorry, radio transmission? What do you mean?
It's from the Far East, stop.
Yeah, from the Empire of Japan.
All communication with Far Eastern nations used to make peace, placed by mail. Royal Mail steamers take not more than a month to complete this journey.
Oh, but now that we have the electric telegram, we can send messages using electrical signals. Thousands of miles of cables have been laid along the ocean beds connected to the entire world. Thousands of miles of cable on the ocean bed? It makes my head hurt, or it makes my head hurt just thinking about it.
You're well informed, young lady.
Hehe.
But cables would soon become a thing of the past. Stop.
And just when I was starting to catch up.
Radio transmission is future. Stop. Messages carried onto the airways on four corners of the globe. Stop. Excitement growing. Stop. Atmosphere of electric. Stop.
Right. Try not to wear out your fingers.
Era wireless telegraphy. Stop. Dive to revolution. Yes.
As people say inventions like this stereoscope are the height of technology, what are the playful?
Come to understand that I really can't.
They're just silly toys! He's mad.
Excuse me!
Excuse me. Juror number 3, sorry to interrupt when you're obviously fuming, but... What? Do you perhaps have something to say about juror number 5's last remark? As if I couldn't guess.
Oh, you bet I do! Say that again, go on, I dare you! Goodness, are you talking to me?
I think it just might be, yeah.
You think stereoscopes are just toys, do you, huh?
Absolutely, I mean, really. A machine to view photographs in 3 dimensions? Why on earth would you not just use your eyes to look at the world around you? It's all 3-dimensional. What a great way to appease the man.
No.
Honestly, nothing is scarier than a woman with a serious look. That's true. Or just like a calm person with a serious look. A calm person getting angry is like, uh-oh.
No, I'm sorry. Stereoscopes are of no practical use at all.
You just don't know.
Pardon?
I think you'll find that viewing a photograph through a stereoscope can unlock all sorts of possibilities. Endless possibilities. I'm obviously going to have to demonstrate. What sort of possibilities? Well, take a crime scene, for example. If you had a pair of photographs from a crime scene that could be viewed through a stereoscope, you could reveal hidden clues you never even noticed before. What? Have you got any, Bruno? Any prints we could look at with a stereoscope? Yeah, absolutely we do. How about this print here? Should do the trick, I think. Yeah, we can use these.
Take that!
Alright, then juror number 3. Are you saying you can do this with any 2 suitable photographic prints? Of course I can. Very well then. I'd like you to demonstrate. I'd be obliged to give me one more print and I'll amaze you all. How about the gun? No, this one.
Take that!
Alright, these 2 prints were both taken with the same camera and window banks on the night in question. Yeah, I see. Tell me, Mr. Lawyer. Do you know how stereographing images work? Do you understand the principle? Yeah. Well, I think so. I did have a lesson only yesterday. You're a calm person, I'm not. Because I get mad at these games. No, I got mad at this game because... whatever. I said I wouldn't talk about that anymore. Even though it was... I shouldn't have lost a point for that because I was right. I was right. I presented the evidence and then later he was like, oh, what do you mean? Do you have any evidence for this? Yes, I do, actually. Whatever. It's okay. It's okay. The left and right eye images need to be the same, only with a slight shift in positions of the same objects. Then, when your brain merges the 2 images together inside your head, you notice there's a shift, as if it were in depth. I got mad about it. Yeah, I'm not gonna deny that. Exactly. I did get mad at it, you're right. It's a small shift between certain objects in the 2 pictures that's really important. So, what happens if you use 2 photographs that are exactly the same then? No, obviously that wouldn't work at all. Not for seeing the scene 3-dimensionally, anyways. Oh. Ooh! Of course, now I see! Oh, I think the young girl has discovered the secret! I have! It's been 2 hours, and you're finally finished editing 1 minute of the video. Okay, cool. Oh, she's cross-eyed again. Can you uncross your eyes before you tell me? Have a look at these 2 pictures from Haley's camera, Runa. Go on. There's a really obvious difference between them. Of course there is. There are 2 people in the first and no people in the second. Well, yeah, you can see that straight away. But now, try looking at the pictures in 3 dimensions. Alright, I'll give it a go. So, to start with, you have to cross your eyes and then try to make the 2 pictures overlap exactly. See if by crossing my eyes I can make the quill pens from each picture overlap the middle. Wait. Well, did you manage to see it properly, Bruno? Yeah, I saw it. I didn't cross my eyes, but I could see it anyways. What's going on with these 2 pictures? Some things at the counter sort of just jump out at you. Yes, that's it, you see! That's the other amazing power of stereoscopes. Other amazing power? Someone gonna explain this? Black magic? Why the deuce do some of the things on the counter seem to jump out at you like that? I think you'll find that if you consider the basic principle of the stereoscope, you'll answer your own question. Basic principles of the stereoscope. As I said before, if you try to look at the 2 identical pictures using a stereoscope, it won't work at all. It's a slight shift in positions of certain objects that lets you see pictures 3-dimensionally. In other words, even though at first glance it seems the objects on the counter haven't moved at all between the 2 pictures, this shows that actually there must have been a slight shift in their positions. Yes, there must have been. Yeah. I don't think that's physics, but I mean, it's physics that they moved, I guess. Now hold the fire there. Get a reasonable grasp of the whole cross-eyed business now, I say. The wind? No, it wasn't the wind. Why the devil does this stupid thing have the thing and the thing? The shift between the 2 prints exists in the first place. Well, what's the answer, fellow? Come on, you're the cross-eyed master. Well, what, me? I haven't had the first idea. You know, Bruno, it's quite simple. It is. So there's a slight shift. Think you through step by step. The first photograph was taken at 1 AM. Then, 30 minutes later, second photograph was taken. But the position of some items on the counter appears to have shifted slightly in the interim. So that means That means sometime in the half-hour interval. Someone must have tampered with the things on the counter. Zookers. Zookers. Is that a... Never mind. Someone tampered? New information. Stop. Not interested in testimony for first stop. Yep. Had to go around in circles a little here, it seems. But I'm starting to see what I should be aiming at in this. It's Summation Examination now. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, the question is now clear. We know the items on the countertop were moved, but by whom? Are you suggesting you might know? Of course. Uh-oh. I can tell you right now who is responsible for the almost impeccable shift in terms on the counters. It is Lord Van Zeeks. Okay, not these guys. Wouldn't be these guys because they're stupid. It could have been... Sholmes is the only one that really knows about it, right? I mean, Iris knows about it too. I don't know, how am I supposed to know this? How am I supposed to, like... I don't know. Holmes.
Take that!
I don't know. Quite clearly it was the work of this meddler. No, it wasn't, because you didn't say the name. I'm afraid you've digressed there, counsel. Shut up. Even to you, who is responsible for the impeccable shift in the direction of this trial toward the absurd. Let me guess. Me? Shift aside my Nipponese friend and let the real lawyers do the talking. Ugh. Stupid, stupid. How am I supposed to know? How am I... Okay, you tell... Alright. You know what? Math. Who is it? Who is it? Tell me who. Tell me who did it. Give me an actual guess. Give me an actual guess. Think about it. It has to have been someone who was in Windibanks when everything was going on, doesn't it? Oh wait, it was him, right? It was him? Because he's a large gentleman, right? He's a large gentleman. So he went to open the door. No, that doesn't make sense either. I don't know. It's true. So that narrows it down quite a lot, I think. Have another think. We know someone who must have touched the things on the Mr. Windibank's counter. Who was it? It's either the man, Gina, or those idiots. Yeah, it has to be. I thought it was Sholmes because he was like, oh, I found something, but I can't say it. Why did I say Sholmes? I'm a moron. Alright. I'm tired, man. I'm tired today. I'm sleepy. Had a long day. Okay, let's think about this. So, I'm thinking it might have been her. 'Cause she's a pickpocket. Maybe she was looking for things. What, I can't... Oh, I can't look at the court record now, huh? That's not fair. I don't know. It's just, what are the odds that everything gets shifted? Like, everything on the table stays in, like, the same position from everything else, but it's all just moved slightly over. How does anyone do that? Like, there's no one that could have done that. Like, there's no one that could have done that. That's impossible. Someone fell? Someone could have fallen, and then, because if he's a large fellow, right? If he fell and then shifted the the things, right? Oh, that's it! You're a genius!
Take that!
Are you kidding me? Are you serious? Okay, then tell me who? Who is the... Okay, who is the person that did it? Are you kidding? It's her. Are you serious?
Take that!
Are you kidding me? Who? Oh, I don't know. Who then? It's gonna be those idiots. God, well, it has to be. God, this is stupid. I'm loading. I'm reloading. I'm reloading. God, it's so stupid. Little chubby man did it. What? But why? But why though? Why is it them? Because they were trying to get into the door, right? Is that why it is? Because they were trying to get into the door? That's stupid. They were all... It could have been anyone. It could have been anyone trying to get in. Unless they were going side by side. Oh, that's stupid. No, that's... I don't agree with that. Because I need to prove that they're liars. Well, that's a stupid way of thinking about it. Why am I... This trial is messing with my mental health. It's like oh my god. It's the dudes. Wait. This does not agree with what brothers said in testimony before. They said they did not have time to pull dukes from Lucy Lockets. My phrasebook says dukes is meaning hands, Lucy Lockets is meaning pockets. This is another lie from what you are saying. Yeah, I'm afraid so. Hold on a minute, you can't be sure of that. Quite agree, the accused is a common pick purse after all. Perfectly possible she went through all the things on the desk to see what she might steal. I swear to God. Okay. This is my least favorite puzzle in the game. This is actually my least favorite puzzle in the game. This is my least favorite puzzle. I hate this. I hate all of the stereoscope stuff. That is the worst. I hate it. I hate it all. I'm being negative today. It's negative day. I hate it. I hate all of these puzzles. They're so stupid. Whatever. I'm always negative when I stream. It's because I'm mad when I stream. Become positivity. Become a positivity man, just like you. Well, I mean, I don't know what it is. I gotta play, like... I need to play a different game where it doesn't take, like... I need a happy game. I need a happy game. Are there any happy games? I don't think there are any happy games I have, except Animal Crossing. Now I'm pondering. Now I'm just thinking about life. Because of Ace Attorney. The great thinking. I need a thinking stream. We need a chill stream. Okay, tomorrow I'm doing a chill stream. It's unlikely. Why exactly? That's what I want to know. As you can see from this photographic print, the defendant was pointing a gun at the victim. It would seem, as my learned friend indicated... nice. That she was coercing Mr. Winneback to open the storeroom door. In other words, Miss Lestrade's interest lay within the storeroom, not its main shop, giving her no reason to touch anything on the counter. All of which points to one thing. The Song brothers have omitted key facts in their testimony. But the accused is a pick purse. Common gutted trash. Why not look for the wrongdoer here? Because the Skulkin brothers were thieves, madam. No better, in fact, than a pick purse. I believe that these brothers were looking for something on the victim's counter that night. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if you would condemn the defendant on the grounds that she's a pickpocket, would it not at least be right and proper to thoroughly scrutinize testimony against it? Well said. For one, I'd like to hear more from that shady pair. Whatever. Can you all see now? I think you'll find stereoscopes aren't playthings. I hate you. Every time, next time I watch a 3D movie, I'm gonna like twitch. I'm gonna twitch every time I hear 3D. I'm gonna twitch. .tv. Wholeheartedly agree. Much persons that are trying to stop and return view if we just stop. Well, it would seem this trial has yet to run its course. The ladies and gentlemen of the jury have declared their inclinations in the mighty scales of justice. I hereby call the Summation Examination to conclusion, with the balance altered in the defendant's favor. 2 learned guilty, 4 lean to not guilty. Accordingly, the jury is without consensus. Now I order this trial to continue. Well done. God, I'm broken. I'm so broken today. This trial is breaking me. I'm so broken. By the way, what? You should hold on to this, Bruno. You never know when it might come in useful. Twice in one trial would be unusual, surely, but alright. What's the point of this thing if we can cross... Whatever. Lord Van Zeeks. You'll instruct the witness that the court demands additional testimony from them. Should one spoil the bouquet to do so, my lord? I want myself another chance to probe that pair of the activities of the night at last, and I won't stop probing them until I've proven that Gina is innocent. To be continued. Wow, I am... That was awful. That was terrible on my part. Wow, I'm embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed. Wow.